What's up, guys? Conor Lynch here, Working Men's Coach. This is episode 3 out of a 10-part series of understanding nutrition and your nutrition protocol. Help men get physically strong, mentally strong, emotionally strong, and financially strong. We're going to run through today, episode 3, as it says, micro and macronutrient breakdown on your nutrition protocol. What we're doing today is, number 1, what is micronutrients? What is number 2, what is macronutrients? And number 3, essentially a 5-step process, what you need to know about micronutrients and macronutrients and how it's going to affect you in your life moving forward. So basically, this is a 10-part series in order to educate you so you can install more discipline within your own life, within your own nutrition protocols. That's exactly what we're going to do. It's a 15-minute podcast to break us down in the simplest form, in layman's terms, for the working man to understand. So what is macronutrients? A lot of people see these influencers talking about macronutrients and micronutrients, and people are getting confused. Especially the average man gets confused, and then it leaves him lost. He doesn't know what to be eating, doesn't know how to be eating, and he's in this self-sabotage mode. And then he gets confused. I shouldn't be eating this, I should be eating that. He sees an article about fruit, and this fruit's getting stuff sprayed on it, and he's like, fruit's not good, this is not good. And people are very confused about nutrition in general. So I'm going to break this down so simple so that you feel like you're not confused, but also to give you clarity within your nutrition protocol. And this is for anybody. But what I do is I coach working men on a day-to-day basis about getting strong, physically strong first. And then we teach you your nutrition, your training protocols, and so on and so forth. We tap into a lot more than that, but we're not going into that today. So basically, guys, what is macronutrients? Macronutrients is the main nutrient to make up your calories, essentially. Macronutrients is basically energy. All this is energy necessary for growth and repair of the muscle and energy to move, essentially. The more you eat, the more you can move, the more energy you have, the stronger you're going to be. And it breaks down into 3 different macronutrients, which is carbs, proteins, and fats. So basically, what is carbs? Everybody says, oh, carbs are bad. Fats is too much fat's bad. Guys, you have to find a balance for you, and this is all trial and error process. Everybody's going to be different whenever they start different protocols. So carbs is basically your breads, your potatoes, your sweet potatoes, whatever, wraps, porridge, cereals, this type of stuff. I think everybody knows what carbs are in this day and age, and carbs are not bad. So carbs break down whenever you eat carbs to give you basically energy, which is glycogen, which is stored in the liver, which then transports to the muscle, which is stored in the muscle and the liver, which gives you energy to perform better in life in general. So what we want to do is we want to get a good balance of carbs so that we have stored glycogen to go to work, to train, so that we can use it as fuel, as energy whenever we need it, whenever we can tap on it. This is just basic, simple understanding, guys, of what calories, what micronutrients is. And the second micronutrient is protein. So what is protein? Whenever you break it down in the body, what does it do for you? Protein breaks down into essential amino acids, and you hear the product being sold now as EAAs, essential amino acids. Now, they will benefit you, but the best source of essential amino acids is your meat, your eggs, your organic meats, chicken, eggs, this type of stuff that you can, whole foods basically, not processed foods. And all these micronutrients and macronutrients want to be whole foods. You don't want to be going for processed foods every meal, like your Huel drinks or your whey proteins or your isolate whey proteins. These are all processed foods. You want to get as much whole foods as you can into the body to break down to give you the best bang for buck. And yes, as people will say, Whole foods ain't cheap, but it's going to cost you in the long run in your health. So what are you better investing in, your health or fast food, just because laziness and it's cheaper? Like, it doesn't make sense, essentially. So basically, your protein is a breakdown of essential amino acids to build your muscle, recover, and essentially act more as an energy as well. So basically, carbs, proteins, and fats is all different sources of energy to help you build a strong body, bones, and body, mind, bones, and these all fuel you to essentially help you in your life. Fats, there's obviously 3 different types of fats. You've got saturated fats, trans fats, and unsaturated fats, which these all play different roles. Obviously, we want to stay away from the trans fats. We want to stay away from as much of them as possible, and we want to get good fats within the body. So you have got your oils, your coconut oils, your nut butters, your meats, your olive oils, and fatty meat. These are all good fats, guys. It just depends on how much you're eating of each of them, and you want to have a balance of each of them. So you want to know your macronutrients, which will go by your body weight, which will break down then, and the calories, and you want to know how many of them you're eating per day. So how many servings per day you need in order for the best output for you. And it's a bit of a trial and error if you haven't started under your nutrition protocol yet. But guys, you will know, if you're eating food, you will know what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Like, if you don't know at this stage and you're over 30 years of age, if you work well on a high carb diet, whether a moderate carb diet to a low carb diet, if you don't know that by now, that's where I would start. I would start on a moderate carb diet, and I would go by your body weight, and I would start off in moderate carbs. Say for me, I'm 210 pounds weight. I would go about 2,500 calories to start, and I'll go about 200 grams, which is moderate to low, of carbs per day. And that's how you work out, and you would run that for 30 days to see how you feel. Check in with how you feel, how you lift, how you train, your sleep patterns. These things are all things that you need to track in order to understand how your food is impacting your daily day and how it's impacting you. Like, some people eat a high carb diet, like 300-400 grams of carbs, maybe more, 600 grams of carbs a day, which I have in the past, and it could make you feel sluggish. You might not get the best bang for buck out of that, so you might pull it back a bit. So you're better to trial and error all these things until you find the right micronutrient breakdown for you. So guys, that's basically the 3 main macronutrients that the makeup of most of your calories. Guys, then you're in the micronutrients, which is vitamins, minerals, these types of things. And I'm going to really go over this, but if you aren't getting the macronutrients right first, the micronutrients don't matter. Essentially, if you aren't getting the main macronutrients right, how can we go into micronutrients and understand that? Unless you get a blood sample and you're low in vitamin D or something like that, then you need to work on the micronutrients. But the macronutrients are first. Do that for the first 30 days, 60 days, and then go on from there. Work on your way up from there. Get more experience on how you feel, your emotions, how you're lifting in the gym, how you're training, your sleep patterns, and these types of things with tracking your food and your micronutrients. There's hundreds of apps out there now to track your food, and they're absolutely amazing. I use MyFitnessPal, or another really good way that I use for some of my clients is a daily diary, a nutrition diary. Just write down everything you eat that day, and you can count it all up, and at the end of the day, put it into a fitness tracker or something like that. And that works for some people rather than using an app 3 or 4 different times a day whenever you're eating. So vitamins, micronutrients, vitamins and minerals. You've obviously got all your different vitamin A's, vitamin K, vitamin D, vitamin B, vitamin C. And these are all essential for your bodily functions day and daily. It's like water. We need water. Our body needs water to function. Our body needs these different vitamins and minerals in order to function. Again, for bone health, for energy, for overall general health and structure, we need calcium, iron, magnesium, potassium. Potassium's a big one. Zinc, and as well, guys, if I wouldn't be looking into how many grams of calcium I'm getting in my diet if I didn't know how many grams of carbs, proteins, and fats I was getting in my diet. And then I would look into the micronutrients. Just want to point that out because people get over excited about one micronutrient and take that every day whenever their macronutrients are all over the place, and it can be throwing them off balance with the simple minerals that they're not getting into their diet because their macronutrients are off balance. You could be eating a high carb diet, like 600 grams of carbs a day, and you could be eating most of your calories and carbs and not getting the right proteins and fats in order to get the micronutrients into your diet. Does that make sense? I hope you're following along, guys. And this is just a simple 15 to 20 minute episode of nutrition and how to break down your nutrition so simple. Make it so simple so that you can understand it. Again, I want to go into the potassium one. If you're not getting enough potassium, this is one I would look into. If you're training heavy in the gym, you're not seeing results, you're fatiguing, your energy levels are low, you're getting cramps, this type of thing, I would look into potassium and water and salt. But potassium would be the first one I would look into. Why? If you're getting these types of side effects from your training, micronutrients first, macronutrients first, and then I would look into the first micronutrient I would look into is potassium, especially if you're getting cramps and you're not sleeping. Water, potassium, and I would look into that. I would get creatine in there also, and it helps with fluid balance, cells, and bodily function, basically. So what would you get potassium from? You have to add these into your diet. The main thing I would get potassium from is yogurt, Greek yogurt, and bananas. That's the first go-to that I put in every one of my clients' nutrition protocol. Now, if you're training heavy and you are looking to build strength, now I don't mean get big, I mean just get stronger, a bit stronger, male or female, you need potassium in your diet. Fatigue is going to kick in. You're going to, especially if you're doing endurance style training, and some of these reps that you're doing and the training that you're doing in the gym, it feels like endurance because you're lifting a lot of weights over the period of 45-50 minutes to an hour within the gym. And this is what I would do with all my clients, and I do with all my clients. Macronutrients first, micronutrients next. And the first micronutrient I would go to, especially a lot of clients come to with fatigue issues, is potassium. That is a quick 15-minute episode of micronutrient breakdown, macronutrient breakdown, and what I would do and what I do with most of my clients in order to get the best bang for their buck out of their nutrition protocol. Guys, if you're struggling with anything to do with nutrition, you can hit me up on WhatsApp, any of my social media platforms, and just ask me any questions that you are or you have right now about nutrition, training, or diet. And here's 5 things I want you to understand. 5 quick tips. So if you just joined in or you're just watching this, stay to the end. These are 5 quick tips that your nutrition won't work unless you do these. They need to be goal oriented. Your nutrition has to be goal oriented. If you don't have a goal why you're dieting or why you're eating the food you're eating, if you don't have a goal behind why you're eating what you're eating, it's not going to work. If your goal isn't structured around an outcome for your diet, I'm eating this food, I need to up my calories because I want to get stronger. Okay, most people take their calories down whenever they start a dieting phase. They don't want to get stronger first. I want to get my clients stronger first, because whenever my clients get strong first, it's easy to cut body fat because they're super energized. I go against the trend. I'm not the guy to go with I'm the black sheep. If every coach in the country is coaching people to diet, I'm coaching people how to eat. I want to teach you how to eat, how to get your energy up, and how to feel good and strong within yourself in the first 30 to 60 days. I want your energy through the roof. I want you absolutely buzzing to go to the gym. I want you to be wanting to go to the gym more whenever I'm telling you, no, don't go to the gym any more than 3 times a week. Stay at the house, prep your food, go to sleep, get a good nutrition, and don't be going to the gym 4, 5, 6 times a week if you haven't got your nutrition right. If you're going to the gym and your fridge is empty and you've no food to eat after you come home from the gym and you still have the chippy, which is better? Go do your shopping, prep your food, get the shit right. Do the things right first instead of quick fixes, grabbing a protein bar, which is absolute rubbish, taking a scoop of whey protein and going to your bed hungry. What makes more sense, guys? Come on now, you have to use common sense. So tip number one, you have to have a goal behind your nutrition. Why am I doing this? I want a result out of this. Number 2, you will be fueling your body for life. Okay, let's take it back a step. You will be eating for the rest of your life. How long you plan to live for? If it's the next 50, 60 years. Say most of us I'm going to live to 96 anyway. So say I live for another 50 years. Okay, you're better to learn this stuff now. If you're watching this video, or you're watching back in the replay, or you're within my lab, or you're in my coaching, you're better to learn your nutrition right now. Get your nutrition right. I wish somebody told me this. If you start a nutrition or coaching protocol, and you aren't asking questions about nutrition, you aren't learning about nutrition, you aren't evolving your mindset about nutrition, you aren't thinking about food. I know the clients that I coach that are hitting their nutrition every week because they're asking me questions about nutrition. They're asking me, like, Connor, I feel like I'm eating far too much. Yes, you do, because you're eating whole foods. Half the country is eating fast, processed crap that they don't even like. And they say, oh, I didn't have time. You didn't have time. Exactly, you didn't have time. You spent 2 hours yesterday on TikTok. We're on TikTok right now. But you're better to come off this TikTok, by the way, and go and do your shopping. If you haven't got your shopping done and your fridge full of salmon, eggs, meat, pasta, porridge, good milk, this type of stuff, you're better to go and do that now. And if you're watching this video and you haven't got that done, blueberries, bananas, Greek yogurt, these are some. I've been shopping the same shopping this past 10, 12 years since I've started properly coaching and properly taking my health and my nutrition into balance with my training. Most people train to avoid their nutrition behaviors. They train to self-sabotage somewhere else, and that's where most people go wrong. And that's why we need coaching, because you need to stay stuck, you need to stay grounded to what the goal is. So number 3, again, nutrition is all about planning. If you are not planning your nutrition, you're planning. If you don't plan your nutrition, you're essentially planning to fail, because you haven't planned to win. It's like if you're going to race rally cars tomorrow and you haven't planned what tires you're going to put on the racetrack, you don't have a clue. Like, it's going to go nowhere. Guys, you know you have to eat tomorrow. What have you got structured out in your diet for tomorrow? So basically what I'm trying to say here is you need to plan your nutrition protocol so it hits your macros and micronutrient goals. First of all, you have to have a macronutrient goal. You have to have a micronutrient goal. And then you have to plan your foods around that so it actually hits them targets. So if I'm supposed to eat 250 grams of carbs, 200 grams of protein, and 45 grams of fats per day, I have to plan my nutrition protocol so that I can actually hit them. I can't just wing it, say I'm just going to track my food in MyFitnessPal. That's called being lazy and not understanding and not listening to what the whole process of food and nutrition and planning is all about. So basically, guys, if you don't have a plan in place, and I plan all my nutrition protocols, I still do my nutrition protocols for clients, and I'm 12 years coaching now. I was doing one today. I done a one-to-one call with a client today, and I still do the same thing, but it's about teaching. Every client that starts with me doesn't know this. I have to understand I might be teaching the same thing year in, year out, but that client maybe never heard this before. And if you're watching this and you've never heard this before, give us a wee like, guys. Give us a follow. I would love you to follow along. So it's all about planning and balance and allowing for a daily breakdown. Simply, like I said there, if you're eating 3,000 calories, 300 grams of protein, or 200 grams of protein, 300 grams of carbs, and say 50 to 70 grams of fats. You have to have a plan here. Like, let's not just wing this. This is not for winging. If we don't have a plan now, we're never going to have a plan. Another thing, number 4, do not get confused about nutrition. Most people get very confused about nutrition, and they get lost, and it leaves them that they don't know what to eat. And what that does then, psychologically, our subconscious mind just goes on to say, I'll eat this, it'll do rightly. It will do rightly. Guys, it won't do rightly. Your life is important. Your nutrition is important. Your goals is important. How you feel is important. And if you go into that mode of self-sabotage and it'll do rightly, you do everything the way you do everything. You do anything the way you do everything. So the way you treat yourself with your food, you treat everybody else. You treat other people. You treat your relationships. Basically, you have to plan, and this should not be confusion. You do not want nutrition to confuse your life. You want it to complement your life. So if you eat good food, it should give you back good energy. If you eat good food, it should give you back, you feel and look good. Good skin, good hair, good teeth, good nails. So basically, if you do not plan this now and you're winging it and you're sitting here and you're eating crisps and chocolate, and then on a Saturday night you're getting a Chinese, and on Sunday you don't eat at all and you eat a pizza on Sunday night and you feel like absolute crap, that's not complementing your lifestyle. That's complicating your lifestyle. And guys, we do not want to complicate your lifestyle because life is hard enough, essentially. So don't get it confused. It's so easy, for people to get the nutrition confused and lost control and self-sabotage themselves. You need a plan to follow, and you have to follow the plan, and you have to reset your goals each and every week. And that's what I do each and every week with clients, and each and every 30 days. I build all my programs in 90-day blocks, and every 30 days we review it. Number 5, if you're lost and stuck, DM me the word nutrition, and I'll book you in for a 25-minute consultation about nutrition, and we will talk about it for absolutely free. Go to my link in my bio, click consultation call, book in for a consultation call, and we'll talk everything nutrition, training, whatever you're confused on. If you're confused and you're in my coaching program, write down the question what you're confused about. What are you confused about nutrition? Are you confused about, how many calories you're supposed to eat? Are you confused about, how many grams of carbs you're supposed to eat? Are you confused about how much water you need to drink? Are you confused about you're taking all these supplements? You're taking creatine, you're taking branched chain amino acids, you're taking EAAs, but you're not sure where your calorie balance needs to be. Whatever the question is, write down the question, send it to me in Messenger or whatever your platform you're on, and ask me the question. But ask yourself the question. What are you confused about? So guys, that is episode 3 of the Nutrition Protocol for Working Men. Thanks for joining in. Give us a wee like if you're watching this. Guys, if you're in the lab and you're watching this back in the replay, and you've any questions about nutrition and you're just not sure, right, and you've watched this video and watched the episodes, go on to the next episode. There's 10 episodes in this whole program, and by the 10th episode, you should build your own diet. You should have your nutrition protocol built, and you should know all the steps of what is body fat, right through to understanding how to drop body fat. What's the best foods to eat to drop body fat? Impulse and hydration, supplements, what supplements you need to take, what supplements you don't need to take, and essentially how to build your nutrition protocol around your lifestyle, because everybody's lifestyle is so different. And you could be working up and down the country, you could be working out of the front of a van, you could be staying on Airbnbs every weekend for work, you could be traveling to Cork or London. I have clients in London that are working out of, it's not an Airbnb, but it's like an Airbnb, it's an apartment, and they've no cooking facilities. Like, how do you manage that? And by the 10th episode on this coaching program, you will have total clarity on what to do, how to plan your week, how to plan your month, and how to plan your nutrition protocol. Guys, if you enjoyed this program, give us a wee like and follow, and I hopefully will see you in the next episode. Any questions, just DM me the word nutrition and I will help you out. If you really want help with your nutrition and training right now, click the link in my bio and book a call. today, not tomorrow.